With details on a future WWE event and more, this is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Here are the spoilers for Smackdown this week, which was taped last week, so if you don't want to see these, skip ahead now. NoDQ.com writes, with WWE heading to Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel, the November 1st, 2024 edition of Smackdown was taped after the October 25th Smackdown, with WWE producing 2 shows in one night. The October 25th Smackdown started early and aired on a tape delay. Here are spoilers for November 1st, courtesy of PWInsider.com's Mike Johnson. Street Profits with B-Fab defeated Pretty Deadly. Io Sky defeated Bianca Belair, Lash Legend, and Piper Niven. Face-off between WWE Women's World Champion Liv Morgan and WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax. Jax cut a promo promising to win the title. This brought out Liv and Dominic Mysterio. Jax thinks she's special, but she's not. Liv knows what it takes to be champion. She knows what it takes to win because she beat Jax the last time they wrestled. She said if anyone will be champion, it will be Liv Morgan. Tiffany Stratton came out and said it's going to be Tiffy time at Crown Jewel. She said she will cash in on Crown Jewel. Tiffany said she hasn't made a decision on who to cash in on yet. She wondered if she cashed in on Liv, if that meant Dom would come with her, as she needs a little dirty in her life. Liv said she looks like she has enough dirty in her life. Tiffany nailed Liv. That ended the segment. Nick Aldis came out as they were changing the ring out that Stratton would have faced Morgan right now. Liv Morgan pinned Tiffany Stratton. Nia laid out Morgan after. Naomi and Bayley defeated Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso came out for a promo. Jimmy said that he needs Roman to drop the beef with Jey Uso. Jimmy said he squashed his beef and he's asking Roman to make up with him as well. If they aren't strong like they need to be, they will lose at Crown Jewel. Roman asked for the mic, but Jey came out before Roman could speak. Jey said he took this match and fight to get back at Solo. He said the family isn't all the way fixed yet, and it's taking all he has just to stand next to them. He hasn't forgotten what they did to him physically, emotionally, and mentally. He said he still showed up because that's what family does. Roman listened with his head down. Jey said he stands here as Roman's equal. All 3 of them are equals and can stand together and run things the way they used to back in the day. Jey said if he's treated with even the slightest disrespect, he is gone, and if Roman doesn't like this, he can walk top. Or he can act like his cousin and stand together at Crown Jewel. He asked Roman if they were going to do it or not. Roman took the mic and considered before saying yeet. All 3 stood together in solidarity with their arms raised. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton defeated Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser. Giving an update on what's to come for WWE superstar Giovanni Vinci on Smackdown, Ringside News noted that Giovanni Vinci's WWE career has encountered turbulence, with fans speculating whether his recent struggles have landed him in the company's doghouse. However, during a Fightful Select Q&A podcast, Sean Ross Sapp put those rumors to rest, providing clarity on Vinci's current status within the organization. After Vinci's disappointing return match on WWE Smackdown, where he suffered a stunningly quick loss to Apollo Crews, concerns arose that the former Imperium member might be facing internal heat. Yet Sapp dismissed these claims, explaining that there is no indication Vinci is being punished or sidelined for disciplinary reasons. I haven't heard of him being in the doghouse, Sapp revealed, but I haven't heard of any major plans for him either. They didn't have significant plans for him anyways. Sapp's comments suggest Vinci's current predicament stems more from a lack of creative direction than any deliberate internal reprimand. While WWE invested time in vignettes and built hype for Vinci's return, the disappointing loss has left fans wondering whether WWE intends to push Vinci seriously, or if he will continue to struggle for relevance on SmackDown. Teasing a shift in his career in WWE, Montez Ford told the Daily Star, "I feel like my confidence is at an all-time high. I'm the only one consecutively that has been dealing with the Bloodline and every variation of the Bloodline for the last 4 years. I've been the one doing it. I've been the one trying to fight off this disease. Me, Docs, and occasionally Kevin Owens. You've seen what happened to Kevin Owens recently. He's a little frustrated. I feel like I'm on the verge of becoming the same way. How many times do I have to take down another variant of the Bloodline? Not only was the Bloodline in the way, but now DIY is in the way. We were pairing up with them, helping them. I know we're both going after the tag team championship, but you seem to be in the way of what we're trying to accomplish. It feels like the kindness is being taken for weakness in a lot of ways." As there was an interaction between Bron Breakker and Jacob Fatu on Raw, which fans reacted favorably to. Ringside News wrote that Jacob Fatu signed with WWE earlier this year and made a huge debut on the June 21st episode of Friday Night Smackdown, and since then Fatu has been an unstoppable force of nature. He also had an awe-inspiring interaction with Bron Breakker on Raw, and now WWE's Backstage reaction to the same has been revealed. In the main event of the October 21st edition of Monday Night Raw, the Bloodline played a major role during Jey Uso's defense of his Intercontinental Championship against Bron Breakker. Solo Sikoa and his group appeared, claiming they were there to support Jey, but the situation quickly spiraled out of control. Ultimately, Jacob Fatu ambushed Jey Uso, giving Breakker the opening he needed to pin Jey and reclaim the Intercontinental title. During the Bloodline's interference, one moment truly stood out, and that was when Bron Breakker and Jacob Fatu had a face-to-face confrontation, and this ended up getting a massive reaction from fans in attendance. According to WrestleVotes, during a Q&A session on their Backstage Pass, the Backstage reaction within WWE to the crowd's response when Bron Breakker and Jacob Fatu went face-to-face on Monday Night Raw was significantly larger than anticipated. The moment between the two created much more excitement than WWE officials had expected, signaling strong fan interest in a potential feud. Revealing a rule that was in place for the WWE creative team under Vince McMahon, Ringside News wrote that WWE has experienced significant changes in recent years, but stories about its internal operations during Vince McMahon's tenure continue to emerge. Vince McMahon may not run the company anymore, but tales about how he ruled the company are still left to be told. A recent Rolling Stone article titled "Inside the WWE Writers' Room, A Kingdom Ruled by Fear" has attracted widespread attention, shedding light on various aspects of the company's culture under McMahon. The article revisited a controversial incident involving a Martin Luther King Jr. Day segment and also revealed WWE's strict dress code for employers. However, one of the most surprising revelations was the strict protocol regarding McMahon's presence, with writers being instructed to stand whenever McMahon entered the room and sit only after he took his seat. One former writer shared their experience, describing the writers' room as a difficult environment. "Those people were the most miserable people I've ever worked with, but that's where a lot of them had worked their whole professional lives, and that's the only game in town," the writer said. "They didn't know what it was like working on a regular television show." Another writer recounted a disturbing interaction where a leadership figure insulted a colleague in a particularly crude manner, saying, "I wish your dad pulled out and came instead of having you." This type of language was referred to as good old boys locker room talk, which according to the writer worsened the higher up one climbed in the company. The article highlights the alleged toxic atmosphere in WWE, particularly for those who reached upper levels of the organization. As WWE continues to evolve post Vince McMahon, stories like these bring greater scrutiny to the company's past workplace culture. Former WWE creative team member Michael Leonardi, who was involved in producing the segment, spoke about the event in a video posted on LinkedIn earlier this year. He explained that the segment featured R-Truth, Titus O'Neil, Mark Henry, and Neville, with the latter being scripted to deliver a line referencing Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous "I Have a Dream" speech. Leonardi described that the original script had Neville, a white wrestler, say, "I've got a dream too, and that dream is to win the Royal Rumble." The line was a direct reference to Dr. King's historic speech. However, according to Leonardi, Neville expressed discomfort with delivering the line. Due to time constraints and the fact that they were in the middle of the taping, Leonardi made a quick change to the script. Instead of Neville, R-Truth was given the line to say. This adjustment happened on the fly, and the segment aired as planned. This report adds to the growing list of anecdotes about McMahon's leadership style, confirming long-standing rumors about his demanding and unique way of running WWE. These revelations provide further insight into the environment that shaped the company for decades under McMahon's rule. As more stories come to light, it becomes clear that Vince McMahon had an extensive set of rules dictating behavior behind the scenes. While many of his practices have become part of WWE lore, there are likely still many untold stories waiting to be revealed. There have been many legends already confirmed about Vince McMahon. WWE's internal culture remains a topic of interest, particularly in the post-McMahon era. With more information coming out from various sources, it's likely that additional revelations about McMahon's leadership will continue to make headlines. Praising Paul Heyman's involvement in the Bloodline angle in WWE, Cody Rhodes told Watch Fox 57 News, "I'm always of the thought that my point in the story was just to be the guy who beats them. I know that sounds really arrogant, but I thought maybe that's just what I do." With Solo Sikoa, who will be there tonight, of course Roman Reigns will be there tonight, but I'd say from kind of the more behind the curtain aspect, that when all is said and done and people look at how unbelievable that story has been over the years, what it's done for WWE and WWE's business, Mr. Paul Heyman should probably be considered kind of the Martin Scorsese behind it all. He's really a fascinating, unique individual and has a sense of what the audience may want, and they don't even know they want it. Just super genius. Explaining why she wants to take part in the 2025 Royal Rumble as well as her first year in WWE, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Jade Cargill, said this to WrestleZone: "No, nothing really. It is just that I'm going out there and that's where everybody saw me debut. That's where my big debut happened. So it's just to see what I've learned and what I've developed in a year here at WWE. That's it." Doing local media in Cedar Rapids on Iowa's News Now channel, AEW's Kyle Fletcher could be seen after having his head buzzed on AEW Dynamite last week.
Now,
all right,
there you
guys.
go. There you go.
Go for it.
There you go.
What am I doing?
He's ready.
This is rainfall totals.
Yeah.
Oh boy, in Tipton we are nearly is that 2 inches? 6'4", okay. Oh, I gotta be on this side now. Where's stuff going? Oh my goodness. So it's moving away from Cedar Rapids now. So you guys are chilling, killing. What else am I looking at here? Someone tell me.
It's clear skies. And
Clear
now,
skies?
Now you got the temperatures.
Getting down to 46 in Dubuque.
Dubuque.
50 in Cedar Rapids. Oh my goodness. That's actually not too bad. A little bit brisk, maybe hoodie weather. What's this? Oh my goodness. Hour by hour. Where are we? 9 a.m.? That's, what time is it now?
It is
7:50.
Yep.
By 9 a.m. 51. By noon 59. 3. Oh, still sunny 62. 6 p.m. Is that a cloud or two I see at 56? Oh boy.
Indeed.
9 p.m. 46. Oh my goodness. What am I kicking? I'm kicking a football. Beckman High School Friday at 7 p.m. Summer Fredericksburg.
That's our game of the week.
Beckman Trailblazers. Kickoff. Is that 52 degrees?
Yep.
And halftime is going to be 48 degrees. That's crazy, dude. A little bit chilly. Maybe wear your hoodies and your jackets. Frost and freeze overnight. Oh, is that getting down to 30? 27 in Waterloo. That's crazy. What about 31? Oh my, I'm going to be freezing my tits off.
A little chilly.
What's going on? Homecoming, that's tomorrow. Homecoming forecast is tomorrow.
Yes.
What are we looking at? Tailgate. What does tailgate mean? What does that mean?
People like to drink and eat food before the game.
Oh,
so
tailgate.
They'll tailgating in the 40s, and then
In the 40? Oh, God, I'm on the wrong
when the
side
game
again.
happens, it'll be in the 50s. This is before the homecoming game tomorrow against Northwestern.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
What else?
and then Tuesday next
Oh, I've
week,
done it again. Oh.
we're back in the 80s. So
Back in the 80s?
Yeah.
How does that make sense? Who
Exactly.
controls this?
Exactly.
Who's in charge of the weather? Not me.
It's you.
Definitely.
You're up there.
I'm not in charge of this.
Okay.
I am not at fault for this, guys. I promise. Extended forecast. Right. So now we're looking at. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's backwards. There you go.
Friday. 62. Oh,
That was a great job, though. So
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Going over a recent trademark filing by WWE, Ringside News wrote that WWE stands as the global powerhouse of professional wrestling with a legacy unmatched in the industry. The company excels at broadening its reach through various partnerships, including their partnership with A&E due to their documentaries. Over the years, A&E has been responsible for documentaries such as Biography, WWE Legends, and WWE Rivals, among others. All of them give more insight into the careers of many WWE superstars, and fans truly can't get enough of such shows. Ahead of WWE's upcoming move to Netflix in January, President Nick Khan discussed the potential for introducing new content beyond the regular programming of Raw, Smackdown, and NXT. Recent developments suggest we might have a glimpse into one of these new shows following a recent trademark filing by WWE. On October 19th, WWE filed for the trademarks WWE Legends and Future Greats and WWE LFG under the category of entertainment services. The filing hints at a variety of potential programs, including sports and entertainment content accessible through television, satellite, web-based applications, and mobile platforms. The description accompanying the filing mentions a range of content such as live professional wrestling events, reality-based TV shows, and sports-related programming. WWE also plans to offer fan club services, online community forums, and multimedia programs. This aligns with the company's strategy of expanding its content offerings on multiple platforms, reinforcing its presence in sports entertainment. WWE plans to produce even more documentaries focused on various superstars and different aspects of professional wrestling. Therefore, we'll have to wait and see when they will end up unveiling WWE Legends and Future Greats, as it is already in the works. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.